Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at. It's your old pal Grumps. Yeah. I'm still not in a good mood, to be honest with you. You know, that's the reason why I chose. Usually, I would play the Mass Effect in the morning, then do this in the evening. But I flipped it this time because I'm just still fucking pissed off. To be honest with you. uh, it, it was a little bit of a rough night because I couldn't get my mind to settle down. I had the hey horse. I had to deal with the whole Iron Mouse baby shit thing till like 2 o'clock this morning, and it's just some people don't want to believe in fucking math. I don't know why. Let me get things finished up here and get my mind in the fucking game. But because this is no, this all relates to last night's stream. To be honest with you. All right. Okay, let's go there. Where's my PNG? Why is where's my PNG? There he is. You're slow. I thought I was slow, but you're slow. All right. So we're going to talk about the new media. Okay. The term new media is basically independent reporting that's talking about like news stories and stuff like you can technically say like Asmongold, Hassan, Hatui, Tectone are the new media. You know, people don't had people lost faith in the old media because it was based on opinions, not facts, not the truth. Okay, they glorify things to elicit a response from the audience that watched the news. So in turn, you got you know the news story kept on growing because like it depends, like if a cop shoots somebody, you all of a sudden it'd be a week worth about the riots because they manipulated the audience to help propagate that response. But let's take it away, take this away from the national news type stuff. We're using the loss in faith in national news because it was like they were influenced elections and all this stuff for a long, long time, and still goes on today. Uh, Democrats are good, Republicans are Nazis, independents are clueless and brainless. Okay, that was the whole thing about politics on the national media. But let's bring it into the world of VTubers. Okay. Now, people are starting to lose faith in people who are talking about VTuber news. Why? Well, to be honest with you, is because they don't know how to put their biases on the door or on the hook when they walk into the room to do the news. And some cases they do research and they do see the truth, but they twist it to have the narrative that they want to have. Okay, so what VTuber is Fox News? I really couldn't pick one, to be honest with you, JJ. I mean, I could put them because them usually reacts to Fox News reports. Okay, so but you know, let's look at who do we what did I get? MSNBC. Well, oh, sorry. Okay, MSNBC. Let me just put that down there so I'll keep on clicking on it. Okay, MSNBC is false ID. Now, MSNBC is a very untrustworthy news organization because just like Hatui Tectone, they think their opinion is fact. The problem with false ID is he does he gets access to certain organizations, like say Hololive, and maybe to a certain extent Phase Connect, and he doesn't want to burn those bridges. All right. So if something happens within those companies, he kind of tiptoes around it. He does kind of report about it, but it's not like a expose type thing, if you know what I'm saying. If it was Niji Sanji, yeah. I mean, his show is things VTubers say. I mean, I will admit, and we look at his videos and we go to his oldest one first. Let's go to his oldest. He was doing gameplay. Then he started getting like into reporting like VTubers and that stuff. Let's get to like the very. I'm trying to get to it. I mean, he's been doing this for over 4 years now. I mean, this is VTubers say. What VTubers say. Okay. And as you can see, I mean, most of the videos, atypical, is like anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes long. Okay, a lot of this is, was informative. If back 4 years ago, basically around 2022 or 2021, if you really want to get into it, there wasn't many people talking about VTubers or what's going on with VTubers. So False ID kind of took that banner up, and he became very successful at it. And this is the danger of this. Ego. I know. He become very popular, and people, trusted him to be unbiased, to tell the truth. Okay. All right. But I'll be honest, False doesn't really have that reputation anymore. Okay. His reputation is, what is the most trendy topic? That's going to be the lead story. It's like Mr. Beast called out, okay, Peppa reacted to Mr. Beast, a tongue-in-cheek comment. Wasn't really any thing there. Everybody tried to roast Mr. Beast for his because he said he gonna watch Two Piece. Was it Two Piece? Two Piece. I never watched that fucking show. Okay, I don't have an interest in watching Two Piece. To be honest with you, whether it be the anime or the live action. I'm not interested in it. All right. Mostly because it's like, if I can't watch the fucking anime from beginning without having to dedicate for the next 10 years to watch it, I don't want to. Okay. Here's another hot take, which is another thing we're going to get into a little bit, is I don't like JoJo. I think it looks ugly, and I'm not going to watch an ugly anime. I will watch a subpart anime if it has a good story. I will watch like the first, the test of 3 episodes, and if I like it, I'll continue watching it. If I don't, that's it. But he just hits the trendy topics. I mean, for a while, he doesn't really get into any substance behind these stories. Okay. The only time he really digs deep into it, you will notice that the name of the company is like prominent on his title, which is Niji Sanji. Okay. They went after him, and he kind of stood his ground, and they backed off. So he he kind of, has a grudge against Nichi Sanji. Uh, as you can see, there are like right there, Cinder fans. All right, it's one of those things that it's a popular thing to do to constantly have like the hot topic part of the broadcast to drive views into the video. Okay, have like a hashtag, use a hashtag of a controversial figure in your description, or you put it in a title. I used to put it in the title. I will, if I'm going to do hashtags, I will put it in the description to drive views to the video or to the live stream. No, if I want, like, I could put Cinder in every single one of my live streams, and people will come here because they think I'll be talking about Cinder, but I'm not really going to be talking about Cinder because this is not about Cinder. But there's a lot of people who do cover drama that will constantly have a controversial figure in the thumbnail and do like maybe a 2 to 3 minute bit piece about it, which basically a non-story, and which we do have an example of that, and to drive views and to hopefully get subscribers. It's not a good practice because people stop trusting you, and you start getting the reputation of being a slop tuber, right? And like I said, a lot of False's coverage, it's not really, I would say, hard-hitting, deep research coverage. Is more along the lines of MSNBC, bunch of fucking fluff pieces with a bunch of opinions mixed in there to appear to be the truth. That's my opinion of False, which I used to trust False to be truthful, or at least have most of his stuff be 95% truth, but not anymore. I don't trust him. I mean, I'm not saying you guys don't watch him or anything. I just don't trust him. If he says something, I'm going to look into myself and see if what he put forth is either opinion or fact. And sadly, a lot of the stuff he puts forth is opinion, or just the minimal effort of what to get a story out in a timely manner and without any real heavy research into it. Easy target like Mr. Beast or Face Connect, all that stuff. They're easy targets. Okay, you put Face Connect in a title, people are going like, "Oh, Face Connect," and you tune in to see it. But there's no real substance behind these things with False. Okay, let's move on. All right. Rima Emistar, which I have down as CNN. CNN loves to do documentaries. That's why I put Rima Emistar as CNN. Which, looking at her videos, she does do like a documentary type thing, or deep dives, if you say. But her deep dives are sometimes have a little bit of misinformation in it, or she doesn't really do as much research into these things, where it eventually leads to a misunderstanding. Okay. As you can see, she's not False ID. She's not posting videos, like 3 or 4 videos a week. She creates this. She finds a subject and she focuses on that subject. Does a lot of stream stuff on there, and she reached a point. Okay, that's good enough. We're gonna move on. But sometimes when you hit that point, you need to go even more to get to the truth. You know, I'm not saying that her documentaries are all made up shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there is truth there, but it's not the whole truth. Okay. And there is a certain thing. If you notice what's missing here. Okay. She has this one, but she doesn't have the follow up. If you notice. And oh, and like I said, she doesn't get the whole story. She doesn't. I mean, she may come out with a second one for this one here. She may come out with a part 2 of that, but I don't think that's going to happen. To be honest with you. All right, that would require a lot of research, and once again, putting your biases on the door. Just put your biases in the fucking hallway, enter the room, and just be honest with yourself with the things you read. Now, like I said, a lot of these are pretty good. All right. You just have to realize that you don't get the whole truth here. All right. You know, I do recommend this one. It's actually pretty good. All right. You know, there is some very good, well thought out videos in here, but the problem is the quality has gone down with her popularity. All right. This is if you look at this way back when, this is, hey, I got something to prove. All right. But now it's more along the lines of I've reached a certain level. I don't have to really appear down working that hard, you know. And you can see sometimes there was a lack of effort into some of the stuff, that there was not enough research done before the video was put out, or the video was put out, then some new information came out and no correction, no retraction, if you will, has ever been put out. So with Rima Evastar, her main problem is she gets to the conclusion that she wants to have and ignores some viable facts in her research. Linda, let me just say it straight up. I like Linda. I think her typically her content is pretty good. But what do I have Linda down as? What do I have? NBC News. I got Linda down as ABC News. No, I got Linda down as ABC News because ABC News sometimes appears like they take their sources from other places and not really like do the legwork themselves. Linda has this annoying habit of, let's go to Twitter and let's see what people say. I don't really give a shit what other people say. I care about the facts. Okay. All right. Now, there's a lot of people who do that. I don't begrudge it. It just irritates the fuck out of me, to be honest. I don't care what people on Twitter say. I don't. Did I leave that up? Yeah, I did leave that up. I don't care what people say on Twitter. I don't care. I especially don't care what people say on fucking Reddit, where basically the Gestapo are the moderators. You don't agree with me? If you don't do what I said, I'm going to ban you. You don't have free thought here. That's Reddit. So, like I said, I really don't care what Reddit says. So, but she doesn't really twist things on her own. She kind of allows like whatever user on Twitter or other stuff. She tries to keep it balanced. I do say that, but there's no, in my opinion, there's nothing that she reports on that hints at that she's looking for the truth. She's looking at other people's opinion, which is what ABC News does, in my opinion. It's not really news. It's, what is the man on the street saying? That's kind of what Linda does. Lydia. I got Lydia. I like her. Okay. I think, I mean, sometimes when she posts a video, I will watch it. Yeah. If you notice what I watched there, and I got to where I wanted done, and I'm done. Okay. But I cannot sit there and worry what the man on the street is, because if I really care about if I want to read what people are thinking about a certain VTuber, I will go to Twitter myself and I'll look. I don't need her to do it for me. But if that's her style and she is fairly successful with it, so be it. That's what she wants. That's the way she wants to do her content. Fine. I don't know. Like I said, I really don't have nothing against it. It's just that I don't feel it's really something that you should constantly do in order to build trust with your audience, where you feel like if the audience is going to tune in and watch a video of you, where you're going to feel like you're getting facts. You're getting a whole mess of opinions. That's what you kind of get here. All right. And that's ABC News. It's a whole bunch of people's opinions, most of the time agreeing with each other. All right. We're going to move on to our favorite one. And I remember who I put him down. The Star Magazine. Or if you really, I was going to put National Enquirer, which would probably be more appropriate. I was going to put him down as TMZ, but TMZ has a tendency to do fucking research and be right about their stories. And obviously, Mor Kazahan doesn't fucking do that, his research is, I'll watch the video and that's it. Or, I'll see, everybody on Twitter is talking about this, and I'll kind of just dip into a clip, and that's my whole fucking story. All right. No actual in-depth research on his own. Okay. There's a lot of it's slop, people. It's fucking slop. It's National Enquirer level of reporting, Star Enquirer reporting. It's you don't trust them. I wouldn't trust them at all. I mean, the dumbest fucking video ever. It's this one. Calling somebody out. You're a drama tuber. Everybody's no. I mean, I freely admit my thumbnails are not even fucking close. I mean, guys, this is my thumbnail. This is my thumbnail. And I'm not, I'm not copying anybody. All right. In my opinion, what your thumbnail should represent is what's in the video. Your title should be what's in the video too. Okay. His thumbnails. Well, they're basically the fucking same thing over and over again. The focus, whatever, Iron Mouse, Neurosama, Kazunyai, Iron Mouse. You can see he gets like the VTuber front and center. That's like supposedly the focus of his video, and then like whatever on the side, the orbiters of this controversy going on. But once again, he's a sloth tuber, low effort, high output. All right. So are you going to get the truth from more Kazahat? No. You're going to get slop, low effort, a lot of misinformation, by the way. And it's like low tier reporting. Okay. National Enquirer, Star Magazine. If you don't know what those are, go to a grocery store and just look at when you go to checkout, it's going to be magazines on the side. You'll see Star Magazine and National Enquirer there. More Kazahad would fit right in there. Okay. All right, we're going to move on to people who weren't in the thumbnail. Depressed Nagisa. I don't trust them at all. All right. And I'll tell you why. And I'm actually going to play a video by him as soon as I find it. Give me a second. I will tell you why I don't trust him. Unless you took the video down. He used to do these like little like informative pieces and opinion pieces, that kind of stuff. But he was doing something behind the scene on his on his Patreon that got him into a lot of fucking trouble. And he took the video down. He took the video down. I don't see it. Oh, okay. Addressing what happened. Okay, it's an 8-minute video. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to speed it up. No. So y'all can understand why I don't trust them. All right, it's playback speed. We're going to go 1.5. So let me know if it's not loud enough, and I'll increase the volume.
Oh, and thanks for coming to the video. I was aware of what's been happening, and I apologize it took me this long to address it. I needed to clear my thoughts and wanted to make sure I made this video with a level head. There's been things going around me, but first things first, is it true that I discussed the past lives of VTubers on my members and Patreon? Yes. I know that's all the information a lot of you needed to hear, but I feel like I need to address a few assumptions and misinformation because it goes deeper than this. I wanted to discuss VTubers and their stories in a greater context than just their current personas. To avoid this content appearing publicly for anyone to stumble across it unwillingly, I put it on my Patreon. I said that I had this kind of content throughout my channel's history. I never sought to hide it from my viewers and who might be also interested in that content. What happened wasn't some gotcha moment or a secret thing that I've been doing behind the scenes. I did my best to be transparent about it. When I announced my Patreon, I even made an entire video about it back in March. While I always tell my viewers to support me by joining my membership or Patreon, I don't use the past life aspect as part of its appeal when I do. In fact, I don't tell people the perks of my Patreon in my videos at all. They discover that themselves when they're interested enough to actually look at my page. It's my way of giving people a layer or an obstacle from the information, my own way of containing it. I never deceived or intended to deceive my audience. A lot of people have also spread misinformation surrounding those videos too, saying that I put in their addresses, numbers, or whatever sensitive and dangerous information that the talents had, but those are all untrue. The things that I put in those videos have no actionable content whatsoever. What I did was just merely go over their history on the internet, telling their journey along the way and how they broke into VTubing. I've privated my Patreon and my exclusive content, but anyone who has seen those videos would know that those videos weren't made with malicious intent, that they aren't as bad as a lot of people painted them to be, that I was just telling their story as truthfully and artfully as best I could. I don't think just publicly making videos about the past and faces and whatever of VTubers with an intent to expose them is a good thing. I think that's bad. But that's not what I did. I told their story as gracefully as I could. How they came up on the internet, their struggles, how they overcame it, their highs in life, how they celebrated achievements, their goals, what they wanted in life, how VTubing changed them. I treated their information delicately and pursued telling them in the most artistic way I could. But I suppose most people's problem is that I never should have made those videos in the first place. That it doesn't matter if I did it tastefully. There was no excuse for talking about past lives. That what I did was still wrong, and that putting it behind a paywall makes it worse. And to that, I don't honestly have a response that may satisfy you. Yes, I knew it was taboo, but I still did it anyway, not because of the money, but because I wanted to tell their stories. I wanted to tell it to an audience that wanted to seek it, without the rats and misinfo that 4chan or other archiving sites may have. This is why I didn't just upload those videos for the public and outright share them. I didn't want it to be overt. It's why I never advertised the perks of my exclusive videos, so it's not readily available for just anyone. But I'm sorry to my fans, to the people that looked up to me, and to the Vtubers that I have hurt. I don't know how what happened would affect everyone involved, but please know I haven't slandered anyone or put anyone in a dangerous situation. I know some viewers and fans are disappointed, but let it be known I never tried to deceive anyone. I know a lot of VTubers have lost their respect and don't want anything to do with me, and they may even regret interacting with me. I know I have lost the goodwill and trust of many people. But again, please know that was never my intention with my exclusive content. I just wanted to tell grander stories than what I already make for the public. Stories that were taboo, yes, but stories that I liked, found inspiring, and wanted to share with a few willing. From the day I started this channel, when I started that Patreon, I was always flying this close into the sun. But at the end of the day, I know people hate the bottom line of what I did. That I'm unforgivable in their eyes for it. Still, if you are one of those people and have made it this far into the video, I still want to thank you for at least hearing me out. If my address doesn't satisfy you, or if you are even more upset with this, then I'm sorry. Because this is all I can say. I'm still in denial of the reach and responsibility I have in the community now. Back when I still had 15k subs and 20k views a video, when I made my Patreon promising those content, I thought I was someone people sought unconventional knowledge from. The little guy, too small for anyone to care about, skirting the edges of what was allowed in the community. I still think I was that channel. 20k or 200k views, it didn't change the way how I thought and saw myself and my content. I didn't think about the consequences offering that kind of knowledge would bring. I didn't realize the weight of my responsibility. And this whole incident was the wake-up call. But I've come to a decision to leave the rabbit hole. I've given it a few days of thought, and it seems to make sense to me. I can handle the hate, I can handle the backlash, because I can learn from it. I can right my wrongs, rebuild bridges. In many months, maybe, just maybe, I'll even be redeemed if I play my cards right. But this whole thing affects how I feel about the VTuber community and how they feel about me. I've been blacklisted, I'm unwelcome. Whenever I watch a VTuber clip or some shenanigans on Twitter, I can't help but think that in the back of my mind, these people don't want me here. Whenever I want to
Okay. Let me explain. This is back when talking about past life was really taboo. All right. Really, really bad. You just don't fucking do it. All right. And he chose to do it anyway behind a paywall, which, you know, back then that was kind of looked at as kind of scummy. All right. I talked about past lives on my channel? Yes. Yes, I have talked about past lives on my channel. I mean, sometimes I do like it's like people are aware. AI are aware of who, you know, if someone leaves like a Niji Sanji Hololive Face Connect, they find out where they're going, who they're going to be, and it gets spread around so people can find them. But nobody really was ever really looking into who they were prior to joining a company, because they kind of left that life and now they're this IP, and we're going to just focus on the new IP. You know, some return to that past life, some create a new one, but there's only like a few exceptions to that rule. To be honest, Saba is an exception because of what the body of her work on the internet. She has made an actual impact without even realizing how big of an impact she has made on the internet. It's amazing. Okay. And people learned who Saba is, who she was, and who she was prior to that. And they're fucking like, I know, hey, that was a fucking meme. That was like a viral video that she was a part of. So That's why, no, there are certain exceptions to that fucking rule. Because there was no way to keep it quiet. There was no way it was going to stay quiet. Okay. And it's like, if you know, you know. And with Saba, everybody knows. Okay. And sometimes VTubers themselves reveal a little bit about what they did prior being a VTuber or their current incarnation. Okay. And some of it's obvious. I mean, Doki Bird, we know who Doki Bird was prior to her return. Okay. And that's true with most former talent of that company. They know who they were. Okay. Hold on. Yes, I got a pack of cigarettes. I had to calm myself down. I need to do something to mellow out a little bit. Not funny cigarettes, just tobacco. I'm not smoking the wacky weed, okay? But it is, but his coverage went from talking about how fun VTubers are and all that stuff, and now to this shit. It's a bunch of opinion pieces and actually not really. I mean, some of them are slightly changing. Some of them are entertaining. Okay. But informative, not really. Okay. You don't watch his videos to get facts. If I was going to call him, I would call him like the intern at TMZ. Okay. Hey, I got a story. I got a little bit of information. Let's run with it. And then some guy go, no, you need to work on it more. A lot of his stuff, he needs to work on it more because he's kind of missing some important details. So he's the intern at TMZ. We put it that way. Okay. Now we're going to Rev. Rev. He wants to be Fox News because you see he's covering Hassan. He's trying to get in that clique of anti-Hassan people. He's talking about politics. But if we go to his oldest videos, I mean, he's been doing this for 7 years. Okay. The few things that come out with Rev that it's like spark controversy. He likes lollies. Okay. Some people don't like that. Okay. But that's a personal choice. But then he started getting into covering VTuber stuff. All right. He some of his early thumbnails were questionable, to put it mildly. Not as bad as Nux's, I will admit that. All right. No real title on them. Okay. And I'm trying to get to, I'm trying to get to to where he actually starts like the cover doing drama. All right. But like I said, where did he start doing it? I think it was like 4 years ago. I'm trying to get there. Bear with me for a little bit. No, I think this is like 2021 here. All right, this is where actually he started to get involved in talking about VTubers. You know, as you can see, all of a sudden his thumbnails has a lot more VTubers in it. And, well, he has got himself caught up in a few controversies. I think the most famous one is him and Nux going at it. And Nux saying, basically with a phone call, I can get your channel taken down by YouTube. You know, I think that's the most famous one that he was involved in. And it was also around the fucking lolly debate. No, I don't. It's just one of those things. I don't fucking care. I don't care if you like lollies. I don't care if you don't like lollies. I don't really care. I don't really care about anybody's fucking opinions about lollies. Be honest with you. You know. But it's his content. You know. I mean, it's very, if you notice, it's very similar to Nux. Okay. As far as like his early thumbnails, I'm trying to get to where he currently does them. All right. As you can see, you know, this is like a lot more VTubers, and he's eventually going to actually start reporting on stuff. Jesus Christ. How long before we get to actually where he becomes a drama tuber? You know, it's I mean, he's been fairly consistent with his uploads. But the problem with Rev, okay, he's trying to get into the club, okay? You will hear like Haktui Tectone talk about him. Asmongold talk about him. He wants to be part of that club. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, there we are. That's when it kind of like where his thumbnail started to change. Yep, here we are. This is when he started talking about drama more. Okay, and you'll start noticing it's gonna be more and more about VTubing and the events VTubers do, and some of the controversies around VTubing. He also did talk about anime and all this stuff, but he really didn't get into reporting about VTubers until about 3 years ago. But his let's take a quick look at his popular videos. I mean, of course, it's this shit. No, but like I said, he wants to be. No, everybody says this stuff about a certain other VTuber wanting to be part of the IRL streamers. That's kind of what Rev does. Wants to be. He wants to be part of the IRL streamers crowd. He wants to be with the Asmongold Haktui Tectone clique. You know? But you know, if you want to do that, go ahead. No, that's fine. No. But I mean, he's got himself involved with like the lolly debate. He'll debate anybody about lollies. Okay, I don't fucking care. And him and Nux going at it, especially over the Taiga stuff, and he just dropped it like a fucking hot potato. In other words, he has a problem with seeing things through. So, if I was going to designate Rev as something, as a news organization, CBS News. You know, it's there, but no one really talks about it. He's there, but no one really talks about him. No one really talks about Rev. I mean, the ones I covered, False ID, Rem, Linda, and more Kazan. People talk about them. No one really talks about Rev. Be honest with you. Okay, you don't see like people saying shit about Rev on Twitter, or you don't see really anybody pointing to him to, hey, he did a really good story on this subject. Go watch it. You don't see people doing that. All right. It's one of those things that I feel Rev has fallen into the trap of what would get me more subscribers, more views. I mean, he's got a pretty healthy subscriber count, to be honest with you. He's on the road to 800,000. Okay. And apparently he's doing something right. He's hitting that topic that people want to hear all the time and that kind of stuff. But it's not really news. It's just repeating other people's opinions, to be honest with you. And just agreeing with other people's opinions. It's not really looking for the truth. Okay. That's what a lot of this is. And that's a lot of what old media does. Everybody agreeing with everybody else's opinions. There's no really anybody sitting there. Wait a minute. What about this fact over here? What about this little piece of information that everybody else is ignoring that kind of like changes the fucking story? That's the problem with everybody I brought up so far, especially with Falls, especially with Rema. Fucking more. I don't have to say more Kazan. All that. And Linda, not so much. She's more of the man of the street type thing. But Rev is like hopping on a trend. He's trying to ride the wave of a trend. Guys, I don't really fucking do that. I mean, if I see something that pisses me off or irritates the little fucking, I'll hit the go live button and I'll just go on full blast about it. But I don't see any real substance with Rev. So, early on, he did. It's once again, it seems like when someone reaches a certain level of subscribers, they don't think they have to keep that same work ethic about, let's find all the facts. Okay. If I'm going to give my opinion, let me state it right off the bat. It's my opinion. All this is my opinion, by the way. Obviously. Okay. I'm not, this is not my research stream. Look like, hey, point my finger at Rev or something. This is just all my opinion. Okay. But let's talk about someone that I feel is doing a really, really good job. Twitch scrubbing. Okay. As far as reporting on VTuber news and stuff like that, he's fair. Okay. He's doesn't pick a side, really. Okay. And he gives you a personal take. He relies on personal experience, and he does actually do fucking research, people. If I would say who can you trust? I didn't ring the notification bells. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay. There we go. If I would say who to watch that you will get a trustworthy report, it would be Twitch scrubbing right now. I don't know how long that's going to last, because it seems like when the people reach a certain sub count, the reporting changes for some reason. I don't know why. Or if they reach a certain notoriety, it changes, I mean, he does. He's not strictly talking about VTubers, if you can see here, he covers a wide aspect uh, of things, the trending topics, and all that stuff. But if you notice something here, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's like I will eventually do a story about Nura and all the reaction to people having her making her achievements, her being an AI. I know I'm the kind of guy that's going to wait for the fucking thing to die down, then to report about it, because then I can gather all the information because everybody had their say. Like that's kind of how I do things. I don't wait. I don't jump on it when it's a hot thing. I wait until everything calms down and I can gather all this stuff and present it. All right. Nothing against doing it that way, really. I mean, it leads to constant videos. I mean, and that's not the way I do my stuff. I mean, I do like typically, unless I get irritated by Twitter, I pick a subject and it's once a week I kind of do a commentary video. I don't do it like this. I don't do what he does, which is like every I think he uploads one to every other day or something like that. But which is fine. I mean, I'm streaming. I'm a streamer. He's a standalone video kind of guy, which is cool. I do know he streams. I don't know if he does what I do, show research while he streams, but because I never watched his streams. Okay. But I think you get a fair take on a story. You may not, as he gets more information about the story, the more he will do another video about it and add more context to the story. And if he does get something wrong, he says he gets something wrong, which is a big plus. All right. Let's get to chat. So what's the thing with the new media in the world of VTubing? Well, VTubing is the reporting in VTubing, as far as like if you want to say news or if you want to say drama, that's fine, or whatever situations. There's very little effort to do research on these stories. It's more about get the video out as fast as I possibly can, so I can get the views going in because it's a hot topic. Okay, but if the topic cools down, like if it's a hot topic for a day, you may get one video about it. But if it's something that's long lasting, you'll get like a shit ton of videos about it because people will see the name and go watch it. But let's go to. But here's the thing. Here's the real problem. People are watching. I mean, you got big names here. You got False ID, Rema, Rev. They get a lot of people watching, and a lot of people have faith that they're telling the full story, which is the problem. They're not getting told the full story about these things. Okay. Because no one actually, because they're getting that video out as fast as they possibly can. And they're doing research and say, I only going to give myself an hour to do research into the subject. Then I got to get the video out. Okay. Sometimes research, I literally did 3 months of research on somebody, you know who, but you can't, every situation can't be an hour's worth of research, then I'm getting it out. Because you get a lot of things wrong. a lot of things wrong. You start spreading misinformation. Now, me saying misinformation is just a nice way of me saying you're fucking lying to people. All right, unintentionally, mind you. A lot of this is unintentionally, but you're lying to people. You're not telling the full story. Okay, and sometimes, as I proved last night, with 15 to 30 minutes of research, you find the fucking truth. Okay, and sad thing is, most of the time that's the way it is. Within about 30 minutes, you find the truth and going, oh dear God, people got this totally wrong. And I got get the truth out. Because that's the most important thing about reporting on any situation, is to get the truth out. Not what everybody wants you to say, but what is the full context of the story. And a lot of these, with the exception of Twitch scrubbing, don't do that. If more information comes out, you don't get another video where they're not biased. It's like, I knew this. No, you didn't. If it just came out that day, you didn't fucking know. Because that's a lot of the attitude. All right. And like I said, a lot of this has to do with ego. Oh, I got 100,000 subscribers. People trust me. Now I can say whatever the fuck I want. I don't have to do as much research as I did before. That's the danger. I don't have to put my biases on the wall, or leave it in the hallway, or lock it in the garage. Because people think I'm truthful. That's the danger. That's the danger. Okay, and that's a lot of why the new media has become the old media. No, there was a time in the quote unquote old medium, truth was paramount. Truth was the most important thing they needed to report on. Okay. The facts, not opinions, facts. God help me out if I ever get like huge, that I will still be more concerned about facts and what's the truth than my opinion's the right opinion. I hope, hopefully, I'll never fall into the trap that like False ID, Rema, Rev have fallen into, because I don't want, because that would be like, be hypocritical of me. I would be. At that point, you can call me a fucking hypocrite. No, but I'm more concerned about the truth. And I hope to God, and I pray to God that never changes when I'm talking about any situation. So that's pretty much it. Let me go to chat. Okay. JJ. Horace says, I don't have much interest in most of these people. I want the fun and whimsy back. I feel the same, dude. I mean, this is like... Here's my suggestion about people who feel this way. If all possible, ignore it. If you can, ignore it. Here's the best way to do it. Stay away from Twitter. Just stay the fuck away from Twitter. I sort of can't because I kind of have to look at Twitter, because if I don't look at Twitter, my other option is looking at Reddit, and I don't want to fucking look at Reddit. It's like, why the fuck would I want to go there for? You know, I don't like Reddit. I mean, I tolerate Twitter, but you gotta kind of notice what people are talking about and make a decision whether you want to talk about it. So yeah, I kind of in a trap here. I can't really step away from Twitter. I mean, when I first started out, Friday and Saturday, I never looked at fucking Twitter. I stayed the fuck away from it. It was really, really easy at that point, but no, you could say I'm forever on Twitter because I'm constantly looking to see what people are talking about. It's not about drama. It's really like, is there a small VTuber that people are talking about? Maybe I could do a VTuber highlights on them. You know, that kind of stuff. Or maybe I should look at clips of this particular VTuber for feel good streams. That's kind of the reason why, the majority of the reasons why I go to Twitter. I kind of want to see what VTuber people are talking about. So if it's like a small one, that maybe I could do a VTuber highlight. I'm not saying if I do a VTuber highlight, all of a sudden they're going to explode. Oh, God, 168 subscribers. I don't think that's fucking happening. But at least I could kind of help get their name out there, you know? I mean, the perfect one for me, the one I wasn't aware of, and Wiccan told me about her, Megalodon. I mean, I saw that, I've seen her name around, but I didn't really pay attention to it. I was like on the floor with her. I was like, oh my God, she's fucking amazing. She's funny as hell. I mean, yeah. When people tell me about a VTuber, yeah, I will go look. You know, at least I will go look. I'm not saying I'm going to do a VTuber highlight about it, unless no, it's viewer request month, which will be back in December of 2026. Will be viewer request month again, if I'm still breathing. Yeah, let's make it dark, Grumps. Let's go to the dark area, Grumps. I got a sandalwood incense stick. And it is fucking strong as hell. But I enjoy when people talk about a small VTuber, and for me to go like, no, maybe catch if I can get a clip or kind of like watch a little bit of their stream and go, yeah, they got that unique thing that makes them. You kind of can see that they're going to eventually explode on the scene, and be able to catch it when like they only have maybe 10,000 subscribers. You kind of feel unique. You kind of like feel like you found that diamond in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? You found this diamond in your backyard that you weren't looking for it, and there it was. That's kind of how I feel when I find a small VTuber and they have that it factor, you know what I'm saying? And you go, yeah, they're going to be something special. Okay. That's why I kind of look for on Twitter most of the time. I don't really go out of my way to look for drama. If I see people talking about a certain thing, I will take notice of it, bookmark things, that kind of stuff. But other than that, I'm more interested in learning more about smaller VTubers, or even like achievements of large VTubers, you know, because talk about it. I mean, like the Saba and Gura being on the most watched VTuber chart. I mean, that's fucking cool, in my opinion, because hey, I was a Gura fan, I'm a Saba fan. Hey, that's cool. But after the situation is when the news tubers started to become untrust. Now this JJ, hindsight is 2020. There, Rema had a few hiccups in her exposes that she kind of went. It was a oops. I mean, they weren't anything major, but False, after like kind of like learning about certain things, his opinions on certain subjects, I realized looking back, he was always like that. Yeah, he doesn't want to burn bridges with Hololive because Hololive, feed him like exclusive information about certain events and stuff. And if Hololive does something, it he won't go hard at Hololive as he would Niji Sanji. He will go both barrels after Niji Sanji. He will throw a grain of sand at Hololive. And because of his popularity, people let it go. I mean, there's some people think it's harmless. I don't think it's harmless. If you're not going to tell the whole story, don't tell the story. Simple as that. But I know things have changed. Yeah. Kazuha accused Salvi of. Yeah, I was going to ask Salvi in here, but no. I'll be honest. I haven't watched anything of Salvi. I think like a long time, maybe 2 years ago. 2 years or a year ago, I watched a couple of things of his, and I was like, I noticed I was watching a lot of people talking about VTubers and not really watching VTubers, and I was like, okay, let's change that. I know, but it's fucking stupid. Salvi has been doing it longer than he has, to be honest with it. And because Salvi doesn't do what more Kazuhan does, which is like regurgitate content all the fucking time. All right. It's just like, dude, you can't put a copyright on thumbnails. Oh, you can't do it in this certain way because it's my style. Oh, fuck your style. If I want to do it that way, I'm going to do it that way. Well, you're copying me. Wah. Get over it. I think Lydia has a problem with Salvi with the thumbnails. It's like, come on. Who gives a shit? Not like Lydia's thumbnails are that great, to be honest with you. I mean, they do the job. I look at the thumbnails and go, okay, this is what they're going to talk about. This is the focus. All right, I'll watch it. I mean, I do realize the colors red and yellow are capture the eye, but same token, it's the VTuber you put in there. That's the reason why people are going to click and the title and how well you promote it. It's like I typically will put out a Twitter post and a community post about at least 2 hours before I stream. At least 2 hours before I stream. And then I have a Twitter post go up. I schedule a Twitter post to go up when I start the start time for my stream. If people want to come here and listen to the opening music, which, by the way, the opening music is going to be removed from this VOD, by the way, because it's copyrighted. The only reason I'm going to be able to do that is because I didn't actually show the video. That's the only reason I could get away with it. I'll learn that one. And I'll just remove it, and that'll be the end of it. And the copyright will be gone. But he called out Bao and Shadow. I think he might call out Lily next. Are you talking about Rev? Talking about Rev? If you are, maybe. But I seriously think he takes his cues on that from like Asmongold and Hatui Tectone. I so want that to become a thing. I so want that to become a thing. So I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't think Rev is going to say anything about Lily. Oh, by the way, you do know Rev is with Mythic. Just say. I is Bao with Mythic? I think Val's with Mythic. I am not 100% sure about that. Yes. Let me double check that. No. Okay, hold on. Let me get to VTubers. Okay. Is Bao with Mythic? Holy fuck, Bao isn't with Mythic. I thought, for some reason, I kind of thought Bao was with Mythic. You know? Why did I think Bao was with Mythic? What? Oh, she's with the United Talent Agency. Okay. Mm. I don't know why. I thought Bao was with Mythic. Okay. Learned something today. So, yeah. Didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. So, Alara? Who's Alara? That's the first. This is the first I'm hearing about this person or this report drama tuber. Let me look. Lara. Okay, Lara VTuber. All right. Who is she? Maybe I've seen her. Lara VTuber. Let me look at her channel real fast. Let me see. Lara reacts. Okay. She does react content. It looks like I don't see her. It doesn't look like she actually does like drama stuff. It looks like she does react stuff. If this is who you're talking about, she looks like she does react stuff. No, which is fine. You know, I do react stuff every once in a while myself. I mean, hell, every fucking Thursday's react stuff, and so is VTuber highlights. Let me see. Does she have more channels? Oh, okay. Alera News. All right, let me go here. Damn, look. Let me go videos. All right. Okay. Let's take a quick look at our live streams. Okay, she kind of streams this stuff. Which, no, fine. I prefer if they do like live streams because then it can kind of show, like, if they're doing research. Is that what she does? Okay, we're gonna quickly look at one here. Okay, let me turn that down.
Really, what helps me a lot is exercising. So I went and exercised as much as I could. Of course, finally we also have, of course, Right. Talents at a convention will only be handed by me, the SVA staff, scored by SVA staff, and shipped by SVA staff.
She does like her like research on stream, which I wholly approve of. You know, unfortunately, you see the amount of tabs she has open. I can't fucking do that. If I do that, the stream will crash. Be honest with you, but it's good to see that someone is doing it this way. I mean, for a little while, I felt like I was the only person doing it, but I know I'm not. I mean, I know False ID kind of does that, but he kind of like, oh, I'm done. I mean, I'll do a little bit offline, and actually a lot offline, to be honest with you, especially if I'm looking at documents and stuff like that. I'll do a lot offline and kind of like dig into stuff like I did like last night. I mean, I had all those tabs open because I tend to focus on one thing as compared to, I'm assuming that she, with the length of her stream, she focused on a variety of things, which ah, this is fucking funny. I'm sorry, that is fucking funny. So I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe to her, and maybe I can like maybe catch a live stream of her doing this. That's funny. Dude, you shouldn't have made that fucking video. Everybody's like dunking on you, man. Everybody's dunking on you, dude. You should have just kept your fucking mouth shut. That probably have been. Kazuha does great work in researching topics. Respect for the dedicate. Are you fucking high? He doesn't do research on shit. He just gets the gist of it and goes with it. The research he does is typing out his fucking script. That's about it. I don't use a script. This is all from the fucking hip, by the way. I don't use a script. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, I'll check her out, because I can't really form an opinion on it because I haven't watched any of her stuff, to be honest with you. Oko, scrubbing, and Salvi is our only hope. Okay. Guys, there's a few things Oko have said I don't agree with. Especially comes with Zentrea. Sometimes, he goes on a little bit of a hate train about certain VTubers for no real obvious reasons other than they don't act the way he wants them to act. I don't agree with that. I don't believe you should try to thrust anybody into a leadership role. Okay. Well, if you don't like Twitch that much, why don't you gather all the VTubers together and leave? Fuck, that's not gonna happen. Because here's the truth. If all the popular VTubers leave Twitch and move on to YouTube, Kick, whatever, there's about 5,000 that are going to step up and take their place. In reality, after TwitchCon, if the Twitch streamers really wanted to make a change within Twitch, 95% of them should just stop streaming. IRL, VTubers, musicians, all of them should just stop streaming for a month. Hell, not even that long, for like 2 fucking days. Because the loss of the income of that 2 days will put Twitch on their knees. Now, understand, 95%, that's not all of them. Hassan's not going to stop fucking streaming on Twitch, okay? He'd be like, cool, more money for me. A larger audience for me. Because there's nobody else that... everybody's going to watch me because there's nobody else to watch. But Mama Oko have said a few things, like putting VTubers in leadership roles, some hot takes. I'm like going, no, and no. It's just, to be honest, with you all. I don't have a problem with Mama Oko. Okay, I want to make that perfectly clear. I don't have a problem with him. Okay, I think he does great content. All right, and there's a lot of topics that he talks about I don't find interesting. I mean, the Hassan stuff. I don't fucking care. I don't really get too much into politics on my stream. I'll be honest. In real life, I don't get too much in politics. That's something I was into maybe 10 years ago. I was like passionate about, and that's when I came to realize that all politicians are scumbags. I don't get into politics. But I mean, as far as Mama Oko's takes on VTubers, I kind of we don't agree about anything, which no, it's fine. I will love to sit down and have a discussion with him. I love to have a talk to him about stuff, but that's up to him. I said this before. I have reached out to Mama Oko, and we had a few exchanges in DMs. If he wants me to take part in something, I'm open to it. I am, but don't expect me to go on to Mama Oko and agree with everything he says, because I won't do that. If he says something, or the other members of his group says something, I don't agree with it, I will say I don't agree with it. I think you're wrong, and I'll explain why. But Oko does great content. He does when he does a full-blown coverage of a story, he does a lot of fucking research. So, good. Scrubbing, Salvi. Mythic is kind of like a cult or something. I don't know. All I know is I'll never join Mythic now. Most likely because they'll never fucking ask me to, okay? I'm not going to reach out to them or anything like that. All right. It's because the standards they set of who they will have in there. That one particular, they had that one particular person in there. I was like, never. And I'm not talking about Haktui Tectone either. Hey, Grumps, love to stay in chat, but I'm late. So have a good... Oh, thank you, Prime. Thank you. Bleeding Ninja. Hey, it's been a little while. How you doing? Isn't she the same VTuber when she covered the Cinder response said, and I quote, she's not allowed to move on or something like that? Are you talking about Alera? I don't know. When I was covering the Cinder stuff, I was ignoring everybody else's take on it, so not to influence mine. Okay? And to this day, I really, as of right now, I ignore it. All right? Because, no, it's over with. Roy. Cinder won. She's back streaming and all that stuff. Yeah, Alera. If she did, no. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of people who are like that. But as long as she's not constantly saying it, I'm not trying to sit the fence here. My point is, it's fucking over with. Okay, if you want to get down to brass tacks about the Cinder stuff, who won, who lost? Cinder won because she's streaming, she's moving on, she's slowly building her audience back up. She's got a great response to all her streams and everything like that. The people who can't move on, like, Shiloh, Bow, and Nanolis, because they can't come out and go, oh, don't watch her, she's evil, because they can't do that. Because they're going to look fucking stupid and petty, and it will bite them in the ass. So, you know, I can, I really, no, I should really, hold on, let me take a quick look at this. Yeah, good for you. That's nice. Don't give a shit. I'm not going to tell you whose Discord I was looking at, because if I do, they most likely they'll ban me from it. Let's just say it relates to what we were talking about. Let me go to Twitter real fast. Curious if someone responded to me. I don't know. I mean, it's like, dude, I'm on reset. Good. I learned what that drop arrow was for. Yeah, I want to stay on reset. I don't want to do popular. I mean, this is kind of like reason why I go to Twitter. Is to kind of like see the silly stuff. I mean, interesting things. I mean, no, I don't give a flying fuck about Bal's tits. I really don't. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, new week is here, Ghost Hunters. Will you be investigating over the next few days? I'll probably going to be playing Phasmophobia with my son tomorrow. So most likely, yes. I mean, this is kind of like the reason I go to Twitter. Granted, and I'm feeling compelled to talk about this. All right, let me. The whole controversy with Cha-Cha, your mom, your V-mom. It's because it's fucking stupid. She made a joke, and people just flipped out about it. No. I said a little bit about it. It's just like, come on. It was a fucking joke. Get over it. And it was a joke about Fillion. Okay. Is it still, let me, where is it? As you can see, well, maybe she deleted it. Did she delete it? Did she delete the fucking tweet? Let me see here. Let me go to replies. Because sometimes you can find it on replies. I think she fucking deleted a tweet. All right. Did she delete the tweet? I think she deleted the tweet. Because let me go at least go to January 10th here, guys. I think she did. I'm not seeing it. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. The only tweet I see anything about that is this one. And people, went little fucking. It was a fucking joke. I mean, come on. Too soon? Not soon enough, to be my opinion. Okay. Okay. Sometimes when. I don't give a flying fuck about Pokemon. Never have. Let's see real fast. Let me check my notifications here because I don't. Oh yeah, sure, but it was. Yeah, let me do this real fast. I want bookmarks real fast because I bookmarked it. I bookmarked it. This post. Oh my god. This post from Jesus, it got taken down. Oh my god. The clip got taken down. Oh my god. That's funny. The clip got taken down. Oh my god. Yeah, it got copyrighted. Oh my god. I'm not even going to speculate who copyrighted it. But Jesus, that is fucking funny. That is so funny. The whole basis of her Iron Mouse has a baby has been taken down by a copyright strike on Twitter. If that doesn't tell you something, I don't know what. I don't think Iron Mouse did it because I don't think Iron Mouse gives a fuck. In fact, in all actuality, people believing that she has a baby actually helps her with her being anonymous, really. Because it's kind of like, how fucking stupid are you type move. You know, I'm going to say I have a baby. What? Yeah, just want to fuck with you. Just want to fuck with you. At least I got my shit in. And I used that clip for pretty much to verify everything I put forth. At least she didn't cry on stream. Yeah. You don't know what's happening in the USA with ICE and stuff. So the joke, I don't understand it. So yeah. No, they're getting like rid of the illegal immigrants. They're rounding them up, and those who have done broken the law, they're being being held accountable. Finally, that's kind of what's going on. Wasn't a reply to an account that clip in that moment of her. Yeah. No, it's maybe, I don't know. Let me see. It's gone. It's gone. The clip is gone. So yeah. Because this guy, this midnight, I think it was him. We had a little bit of a tit for tat type thing here. I think, if I can, yeah. See, he posted this of supposed Twitter posts that have been altered by a quote unquote archivist. That's the Iron Mouse, this whole up here, this Iron Mouse part here, that's not the original tweet. Okay, it's been altered. Why would you believe an altered tweet? Okay, and yeah, there's the whole thing here. I mean, I'm hitting this guy with a bunch of facts, you know, and he keeps coming at me. I'm like, at the point, it gets to the point where, like, dude, I told you the facts. If you look at the timeline, in order for her to have a baby, she was either between 9 and 13 years old. It's called math. What part of that you don't get? And let's just, no, for the sake of fucking argument, because let's say she did have a baby when she was 14 and she gave it to her parents to raise and they called it her sister. Fine. And you can't call her a deadbeat because she did something responsible. She knew she won't be able to take care of the baby. So she gave it to her parents who would take care of the baby because she made the smart choice. I don't think she had, there's no fucking way she had a baby. There's no fucking way she had a baby. It goes back to, if it was said on the internet, everybody believes it's the truth. Everybody thinks it's the truth because you said it on the internet. Once again, I'm a 21-year-old woman. I'm sitting on my couch and I'm using a voice changer to sound like this. Okay. And because I said it on the internet, that's the fucking truth. You know, come on, guys. But this guy, this Midnight Dismal, I don't care about the rest of the stuff. I'm not judging him on that. Just didn't want to accept that Iron Mouse didn't have a baby. And here's the thing. The one that started it all, Naveen, who, nope, hasn't responded to it. Hasn't responded to it. She kind of achieved what she wanted, is to get people to interact on her post, but has she responded to it? All to the fact that Iron Mouse does not have a baby? No. Because she knows she's wrong. She went into the realm of slop. Because I even posted this. Just to see if somebody would respond. Oh, someone did respond. Even in the stuff you're saying, you have a lot of things wrong, but it doesn't. What does get wrong? What did I get wrong? I mean, I research all this, and you can go to, you can just look at last night's stream. You can see me doing the research on all this. All right. You can just look at this. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with this guy because it's kind of pointless. It's a little bait thing. I know what it is, but it's kind of like, dude, come on. Where do you think I got all this information from? I actually used Google. And in fact, I was at one particular time watching a lot of Iron Mouse streams. And the one thing, okay, when someone's consistent with what they're saying, because if they're lying, they're gonna fuck up the lie eventually. She's been consistent about the reason why she started streaming, her medical condition, the fact she can't have kids, all this stuff. Okay. One thing she's never talks about her having a baby. Simple fact being, she said it was a joke. To protect herself. It was like when those two morons came, hey, what do you look like? I'm ugly. It was in the nature of that. Okay. I'm protecting myself. If people want to find me, they're going to try to find me somebody with a fucking baby. And she doesn't have one. Because the newest theory is, it's actually her sister. This part here is actually true. It's facts. Google it. And because I trying to, all this, I hate someone going to say she got pregnant after she was 16, but the math doesn't add up. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Mouse is 28. And then I went through the math again. Again. Dr. Tweets, which I showed, the math doesn't lie. Verified facts is easy to find with a 15-minute Google search. It can't be dismissed. You can't dismiss. Those are facts. It's the truth. Of when she started streaming. She started streaming in 2017. She's always used the screen name Iron Mouse. She never used a different version of that. It's always been that way. So, if someone makes this, guys, here's a piece of advice for y'all. If someone's making a statement like this, it's an engagement tactic. Okay, they want to engage with you and to say, oh, you got this wrong, you got that wrong, to keep you locked into the conversation so other people would join in on the conversation to attack you. That kind of, it seems innocent, but it's not actually innocent. It's an engagement thing to keep the rumor going. Just don't react to it. Don't respond. I'm not going to respond to it. And no one else should either. Okay. Now that the clip's gone, a little bit hard. It could be a little bit harder to prove, but hey, it is what it is. I still think that's fucking funny as hell. You got taken down. Okay. Why we keep on talking about this? It's over with, guys. No, it is. You're not really helping Cinder. Okay, keeping bringing it up. Kind of just let it go. None of these people are going to say what you wanted to say. None of them are going to fucking apologize for stuff. None of them. It's just not gonna fucking happen. You'll never get a public apology out of Natalis or Shiloli or Bao. You're never going to get one. So stop beating your head against the fucking wall about it. Just not going to happen. Accept it and move on. And just support Cinder. And keep giving Cinder the W's. That's all you guys got to do. That's all you got to do. Let them sit in the past. You move forward. Constantly move forward. Because they're staying in the past where they're fucking miserable. Cinder isn't. She is trucking along into the future. You know? And that's the way to do it. Now, I'm not going to keep on talking about Iron Mouse's baby. I've said that enough. I know. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and because I got it out of my system with this stream. I got it out of my system. Okay, so I can like play Mass Effect later today or tonight. It'll probably be tonight between. It depends. Let me double check something real fast because she usually makes the announcement that she's gonna. Let me do this. Okay. Let me just check this out. Pig. Pig. Let me just go check her channel. Because she usually puts in an announcement if she's going to stream. Because that's going to dictate my stream. Because I'll sit there and watch Sava's stream. Hey, it's how I relax, people. Okay, come on. Okay, let's go to live. Let's see, maybe. Okay. She has so between 5 and 7, I'm going to stream Mass Effect. I haven't even made the thumbnail yet. So funny that got taken copyrighted. It's just fucking hilarious. It's just fucking hilarious. I love it. I fucking love it. I just fucking love it. Sorry guys. Let me have my moment. Let me just have my moment. It's just like amazing. It's just fucking amazing. I mean, yeah, it's so good. It's just like, it's like really a perfect ending to all of it. But yeah, so that's kind of it, really. I had to get this out of my system so I can play Mass Effect and have fun playing Mass Effect. Because if I tried to play Mass Effect as irritated as I was about people spreading misinformation, the mousy stuff, I would probably only play for an hour and just like, I can't fucking play this game. I could go on to talk about this and get it out of my system, or else I'm not going to be able to think about anything else. So I got it out of my system. So I'll be happy with that. I got it out of my system. Anybody interested in that clip? I did play that clip. Granted, the audio was really low. Sorry. I didn't realize at the time I was streaming that the audio was really, really low. I apologize. I'll try to pay attention to that when I'm playing a clip on Twitter to increase the volume of it. I didn't do that last night, mostly because I was really pissed off last night. It's like I could fucking hear it. I'm assuming everybody else could hear it, and no one told me different. But the the stuff I pulled out of there it's in my stream from last night. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and watch that. All right. If you made it this far, thank you very much. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Please tell people about my channel. Help my channel grow. I'm doing everything I can. I am promoting my channel on Twitter and Facebook. Okay. If you look up That Grumpy Old Guy on Facebook, you'll find the page. If you want, you can join the page there if you wish. If you don't. It's like, if you're like me, I hardly ever use Facebook. The only thing I post on Facebook is the schedule. I don't really use Facebook, guys. As far as social media accounts, the one I'm like consistent with, that I'm always like kind of watching, is Twitter. But other than that, other social you'll never see me on TikTok. You'll never see me on Instagram. One, those apps don't really interest me. TikTok, I'm not doing short form videos. I don't. Instagram, I don't post pictures for the public to see. Be honest, if I take a picture of something and send it to family, it's not for like public consumption. I don't do that shit. I'm old. I'm 57. If you believe that, I'm actually a 21-year-old woman sitting on a couch using a voice. Yeah, that strikes me funny. I make myself laugh like that. But yeah, so I highly suggest that you do follow me on Twitter, because you get like the schedule and the announcements of when I'm starting to stream and all that stuff. So you can be in the loop of when I'm doing my streams and stuff. So yeah, I would highly recommend that you follow me at StansUp on Twitter, or X if you prefer. No one's ever gonna fucking call it X. I don't know why this is still a thing. He named it after his son. His son's name is X. That kid's gonna get picked on so bad. What's your name? X. How do you spell that? Letter X. Might as well just name him Milk Duds. Okay. Just say. How do parents torture their kids? Give them a fucked up name. That's how they torture their kids. I'm sorry. I did go for my walk this morning. It's kind of reason why, like, I am like having a hard time laughing right now, because I was out in the cold air for about an hour, and I'm paying the price for it. But I had to get my walk in. But yeah. But I will see you tonight for Mass Effect. Real quick, VTuber highlights this week will be Shigure Yamaga, a DIY VTuber, which is fucking fascinating to me. That's like a really unique concept, and I'm looking forward to doing that VTuber highlight because it's such a unique concept. So I will be really interested in that. Tomorrow I'm gonna probably be doing a collab with my son. I'm not sure what we're gonna be playing. We're either gonna be playing Peak or Phasmophobia. And once again, we just yap all the time and we have a good time. Thursday, the feel good stream is the lore power scaling, which I still kind of got figure out how to do a tier list, which I'll probably look up tomorrow. to figure out how I can do a tier list and what's all involved in that, and like set up my tier list for it. And once again, just so you know what the scaling is, animation, music, likability, entertainment, and the impact of the lore video itself. If the lore video makes you want to watch that VTuber, that's the impact. That's what kind of going with here. So thanks. Once again, just be good to each other. Don't spread misinformation because you're just going to piss me off. But I will see you tonight for Mass Effect. Bye. I got the fuck